third quarter underway, mga kaibigan. 44-52 for those of you who have just tuned in. Coca-Cola with an 8-point lead over Shell. Last second buzzer beater there by Shell to cut that lead down from 11 to 8 by Tony De La Cruz. As we now go into our third quarter and our second half. Tony De La Cruz. Rebound by Jamil Watkins. No go. Loose ball foul.
Looks like it's on Benry Mamaril.
Yes.
Announcing his presence. Ngayon lang siya pinasok nitong si Coach Leo Austria.
I don't think a foul is the way you want to announce your presence. Rafi Rivas got that pass, but then De La Cruz was able to catch the recovery. Rich Alvarez to Jamil Watkins. Jamil Watkins still being kept out. Chris Calagio.
Well, makikita mo si Jamil Watkins looking to pass right away. He's not really looking to post up like in the first part of the game. Well, titignan natin kung ilan na ang turnovers nitong si Jamil Watkins. And he has a total of 4 turnovers already. So medyo nag-iingat na ngayon.
And De La Cruz with a no-go on that jump shot. Recovered by the Tigers as Ato Morano gives it to Rudy Hatfield. Cariaso. Back to Morano for a 3. Yes!
Good start para dito sa Coca-Cola Tigers. Kanina, montik na yung play na yun, yung backdoor play para kay Rivas. Hindi sila nakatira doon and Ato Morano hitting the 3. But ngayon, they're starting to pressure again. Sabi nga natin, Hans, yung 3 points kasi ni Tony De La Cruz na yun, maganda yung pagpasok ng Shell going into the halftime break. Pero kung ikaw naman yung Coca-Cola, you wanna start out strong para mabawi mo kagad yung momentum.
Right, and that's what Ato Morano was able to do with that 3-point shot of his own.
Saka makikita mo yung aggressive defense na ginagawa ng Coca-Cola, pero that time nakaslice itong si Jamil Watkins for another 2 points.
They have successfully kept him out of the low post. Ball will stay with the Tigers. Mark Sanford to inbound. Hatfield. Cariaso to Sanford. Sanford with his trademark easy jump shot, but this time doesn't get it to drop. Calagio with the rebound, takes it down court to De La Cruz. And
Another turnover.
fumble. To borrow a term from the American football. Fumble!
That's where you want him to get the ball.
Calagio for the 3. No go. Rebound by Watkins. Boom! Booyah!
Another jam by Jamil Watkins.
And that's the second chance points that we were talking about at halftime.
Yan yung nag-aano sa kanila, keeping them in this game. And Jamil Watkins, even though he has 3 personal fouls, hindi pa rin siya nawawalan ng aggressiveness.
Rudy Hatfield, air ball. Asking the referee if there was a foul. It looked like contact there as he released. Not going to be given that call, however. Calagio takes it past the half court. Chris Calagio, who averages 13.6 points a game, hindi pa nakakascore sa ating laro. Watkins still takes it wrong. Pero hindi nag-iiba yung facial expression. You know what? I've got a nickname for this guy, and I don't know if it will stick, but because he has no expression whether he's winning or losing, I'm going to call him Dr. Spock. Dr. Spock never has an expression. It's part of being Vulcan. So that's what I'm going to call Jamil Spock Watkins. De La Cruz with his trademark, and this one he bangs in.
Good run by the...
And Coach Shot Reyes starts to see the blood flowing, and he's gonna stop it. 30-second timeout called by Coca-Cola.
Magandang run nitong Shell Turbochargers. If you're Coca-Cola, you gotta make sure na babox out mo tong si Jamil Watkins on the offensive board.
Rob Wainwright, stop and pop. Gets it to go.
So maganda yung timeout na yun ni Coach Trot Reyes. Nakakuha sila ng 2 points. Brings up the lead back to 5.
Not so comfortable lead anymore. It's a big difference from 13. just a note, Kalani Ferreira, as you obviously have guessed, is not playing today and still sidelined by that groin injury.
Top shot para kay Billy Mamaril. Not really one of the shots that you see him taking.
Well, it's not a textbook shot that any coach would tell his player to take. Hatfield. Guess De La Cruz passes off to Wainwright. Wainwright.
Stop and
Foul
pop.
is called.
Almost the same shot na ginawa nung si Rob Wainwright. This time hindi pumasak pero na-foul siya. So 2 free throws.
Well, you want to talk about bad free throw percentage. Not to kick a man down, but Rob's got a lot of work to do with his 36% free throw shooting.
And for a shooter, nakakagulat yun for Rob Wainwright. You know, he's shooting 14, just 15% sa 3-point land. So medyo hindi masyado magandang shooting ni Rob Wainwright sa conference na to.
Well, I remember talking to Rob Wainwright a couple of times, and Coach Chuck Reyes expressing his frustration. And Rob was just saying, I'm a street ball player. I didn't really go to any formal basketball camp or what have you. I really play street ball, so that's why my shooting style is like that. Jameel Watkins fouled by Mark Sanford, going for another second chance point there.
Well, nag-flop si Rafi Ribes nung time na yun. And if he didn't flop, could have been a different story.
But again, fouling Jameel Watkins is almost always a good decision because Jameel's free throw percentage is just, well, it ain't pretty.
Shooting like Shaq. So, pero madami naman po, walang problema lang pag final mo ng final, mauubos yung foul mo. But, Coca-Cola, madami naman silang pamalit na malalaki. And especially down the stretch, that could be an option for the Coca-Cola Tigers.
Well, if anybody that plays the Lakers resorts to Hack-a-Shack, I think the Coca-Cola Tigers wouldn't mind doing a Hack-a-Spock with Jameel Watkins. Ooh, foul called just as it was turned over.
Second foul on number 9, Chris Calagio.
That's his second.
His second personal, third team foul for the Charlotte Chargers.
That foul will send Atom Morano to the line.
Atom Morano has a line for 2.
A 63.2% free throw shooter, Atom Morano.
It's very easy for us to focus on the numbers that we see when we're given all these stats. And, true enough, these are normally their percentages. But sometimes you get a player that hits all his free throws in a game. And sometimes you shouldn't really just base it on all that. However, when it comes to crunch time, at hindi natin alam kung sino yung foul natin, halimbawa, deadlock yung game, it almost always helps, these averages. Naturally, pag halimbawa, if this game were to go into crunch time, fouling Jameel Watkins would almost be automatic.
Alam na ng mga coaching staff yan of the teams that are playing against whoever. Ano yan, one number na sinascout yan.
And a 5-second violation called on the Turbochargers, and the defense of the Coca-Cola Tigers has prevented an inbound pass.
Well, maganda yung denial nila that time. Rudy Hatfield, Rob Wainwright, and Atom Morano denying all the receivers.
Hatfield for 3, still no go. Feeling his way around, as we called it at the beginning of this ball game. Atom Morano, binigay kay Sanford. Sanford against Alvarez. Out came Rivas.
Good pass by Mark Sanford. Ganyan, alam mo, I remember covering a Red Bull game. Ganyan magpasa ng mga big guys ng Red Bull. And I think that's something that they picked up already.
Bumalik sa kalamangan ng 8 as Chris Calagio turns the ball over. Atom Morano eluding the defense as Chris Calagio streaks down. Calagio draws the foul but doesn't get it to drop, and the lead is back up to 10 with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yan ang kailangan gawin ni Chris Calagio if he's not getting the wide open looks. Try to take it to the basket and hopefully get fouled. At Alam mo, free throw shooting, pang-kumpiyansa yan ng mga players. If you make your free throws, tumataas kagad ang kumpiyansa.
Calagio close to 70% from the free throw line. Being a point guard, you would expect him to have at the minimum about
80.
70, yeah.
Okay, that's a good number.
I was
80.
trying to be nice.
Especially for a known shooter like Chris Calagio, 80% would be a good number.
Ato Morano. Binigay kay Hatfield. Wainwright. Wainwright against De La Cruz to Sanford. Sanford! Partially blocked, but gets his own rebound.
And Mr. Still no reaction.
No reaction pa rin. 10-point lead pa rin ang kalamangan ng Coca-Cola. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Let's see what the Shell Turbochargers can do. They were within 3. Mamaril is fouled.
Morano doing the only thing that he could do is grab the shirt of Billy Mamaril.
Calling foul on number 10, Ato Morano. His first personal 14 foul for the Coca-Cola Tigers.
Third foul on Ato Morano. As you can see, Turbochargers calling a timeout, and Johnny Barrientos lumalapit na sa officials table. Obviously, is going to relieve Ato Morano. Full timeout called by the Shell Turbochargers. In the meantime, let's take a look at an interview with Ronald Tubid kasama si George Rocha.
Kasama ko ngayon si Ronald Tubid ng Shell Turbochargers. Ronald, in your last game, yung game nyo against Coca-Cola Tigers, you made 18 points and 6 rebounds. Magagawa mo ba ulit yun today?
Sana tsambahin uli ako kasi dati tsamba lang.
Okay, well, your team is trying to get number 6 sa rankings if you guys win over Coca-Cola Tigers. Paano kayo nag-prepare para sa game na to?
Well, yan namin lahat yung plays nila. Nilan namin lahat din, zero. Tsaka yun namin kung paano depensahan. Kasi before, iba yung import namin si Undera, last team namin. So ngayon si Jamil, so parang may kami may gitna na kami, so parang hindi na kami mahirapan siguro. Yun na yung difference siguro.
Thank you, Ronald. Ayan po si Ronald Tubid ng Shell Turbochargers.
Well, that was Ronald the Saint Tubid. As you can see, mga kaibigan, ang Araneta napupuno na unti-unti, pero if you're within the area, please do drop by. Marami pang bakanting upuan. Please come and see live. Our next game is San Miguel Red Bull, but you don't have to wait till the next game to come over, mga kaibigan. Ang daming nanggagandahang mga dilag. Ang ating mga asawa at anak, dinadala natin dito. It's a family day. It's a wonderful event, but this game on its own is shaping up to be a very, very interesting one. Jamil Watkins.
Another good steal by Jamil Watkins.
Rob Wainwright. Stanford eluding Rich Alvarez with a nice floater over Jamil Watkins.
Mukhang natutunan talaga ni Mark Sanford dyan when he was back in the States. The shot that you take pag malaking nandun sa harapan mo.
Oo, ilobo mo.
Oo. Kasi Allen Iverson shot in front of a Shaquille O'Neal.
Jamil Watkins against Sanford, pinilit, but a foul was called. As you see, Rafi Rivas and Mark Sanford arguing as to kanino dapat ang bantay na yun.
His second personal 13 foul for the Coca-Cola Tigers.
Second foul only on Mark Sanford. And again, it's Hackaspak and send Jamil Watkins to the line because, well, let's face it. Dominic, you're better at being mean. Lalo lang kung sasabihin.
Well, he usually makes this 1 out of 2. So instead of giving the 2 points, bigay mo na yung free throw.
Let him have one.
But you know, yung free throw, ano yan eh, it's a lot of it is mental. And when you keep missing, parang feeling mo lumiliit yung ring. And I think that's Jamil Watkins should make ibayin niya yung frame of mind niya.
That's true. I'm starting to realize now why Jamil Watkins is so fond of dunking the ball, because it's the only sure ball. Fade away by Mark Sanford, draws the foul from Rich Alvarez, who mildly protests.
Tagging foul on number 10, Rich Alvarez. His first personal 14 foul for the Shell Turbochargers.
That's the third foul on Rich Alvarez.
Mark Stanford to the strike for 2.
Mark Sanford with a better free throw percentage than the Shell import. However,
A little bit better, 66%. But you kind of jinxed him there, Hans.
let's not be too cocky. Mark Sanford going for his second. He's got 23 points in the ball game so far. For those of you mga kaibigan na kapapanood lamang, Mark Sanford hyperextended his right knee in the second quarter, but came back in the ball game. No, first quarter rather, but came back in the ball game. And defensive woes. That's another turnover by the Turbochargers.
At yan ang nagagawa ng pressure defense, Hans. You know, you force turnovers and you get an easy layup. And looks like the Turbochargers are having a little bit of difficulty bringing up the ball.
Tony De La Cruz caught in traffic. Renzi Bahar trying to get his teammates to open up a little bit. Rich Alvarez with a jumper, gets it to go.
He makes sure this time. Nung first quarter na pinasahan siya ni Jamil Watkins, mintis ngayon, sinigurado niya hindi mapapahiya.
Mark Sanford. If I were to look up the definition of a jump shot, a swish in the Webster's dictionary, it would fall under Mark Sanford. Rich Alvarez. Jamil Watkins again double teamed by Traveling.
Well, naghahanap siya ng papasahan itong si Jamil Watkins, and when he couldn't find anybody, inangat niya yung pivot foot niya, and you know, he didn't contest the call. He knew that it was a traveling violation.
Well, due to the back-to-back turnovers of the Shell Turbochargers, umangat na ulit ng 13 ang Kalamangan. As now it's Billy Mamaril who fouls Mark Sanford from the same spot that Rich Alvarez fouled him about 1 minute ago.
Nag-switch lang sila ng depensa, and Billy Mamaril, same outcome, foul on Mark Sanford. Well, kung ikaw naman si Mamaril or si Rich Alvarez, you just really want to make that tough shot for Mark Sanford. And he tried to challenge the shot, but that time tinamaan nila yung shooting hands itong si Mark Sanford.
Chris Jackson for Billy Mamaril.
Chris Jackson coming in for Billy Mamaril. And here we go again. Coach Austria favoring a slightly smaller lineup. But they'll make up for it, I guess, in court presence. Mark Sanford making both of his free throws on that trip to the line.
Ito na naman ang full court press ng Coca-Cola Tigers.
Renzi Bahar guarded closely by Rudy Hatfield and Abarientos, and it results in a steal. Abarientos with a jump shot from the free throw line, and that gets it to go. At lumaki na ang Kalamangan ng Coca-Cola. 17 puntos na ang Kalamangan as a 30-second timeout is called by Coach Leo Austria.
Textbook fast break. 3-on-2 fast break. Walang lumapit kay Johnny Abarientos. Little fake bounce pass. Hindi lumapit yung defense. Take the wide open jumper.
There's Rudy Hatfield.
Makita mo, papasa niya kay Abarientos. It's a 3-on-2.
And Watkins could have swatted him from behind but decided not to.
Well, could have been called for the foul also kasi yung tira ni Abarientos medyo nasa harapan.
And you can see the frustration as Renzi Bahar slams the ball on the ground. Well, so far, sa ating important matchup, Mark Sanford is leading in terms of points made, but Jamil Watkins leading in terms of rebounds.
And assists, Mark Sanford has 4 compared to 1 para dito kay Jamil Watkins.
Well, yung mga assists naman kasi ni Mark Sanford is also born out of the fact that he's not playing as aggressively as he normally would like to. Simply because he hyperextended his right knee and he can't really play aggressive ball, so he will just draw the defender and pass off at the last minute. Rudy Hatfield fouling Jamil Watkins.
Holding foul on number 4, Ralphie Rivas.
Third foul on
That is third personal.
Rafi Rivas. Hindi pala kay Hatfield. But because they're in the penalty, Jamil Watkins takes a trip to the free throw line.
Well, interesting shooting percentage for the game itong si Jamil Watkins.
First free throw, gets it to go.
What's the first half? 1 out of 4 si Jamil Watkins.
Well, he's 1 out of 2 right now, makes that 2 for 2. So he's missed. Dominic, narinig ata tayo.
Oo.
Narinig ata tayo, medyo pinagiininan natin yung free throw percentage niya. So,
Well, for the Shell fans, let's hope na mas makashoot tong si Jamil Watkins sa free throw para medyo makahabol sila sa larong ito.
Wainwright with a 3-point unsuccessful. Abarrientos! Tubid flying in there. Ball goes to the Turbochargers as Wainwright not able to control that rebound. Fresh from 1 minute from a full timeout, Coca-Cola Tigers. Third quarter turnover, Shell had 6. At yun ang dahilan kung bakit lumobo na ang kalamangan ng Coca-Cola to 15. Johnny Barrientos, Pochwinho back in the game. Mark Sanford, favorite spot. Rudy Hatfield. Oh, nice give and go.
Extra fast para dito sa Coca-Cola Tigers. And sabi nga natin, yung halftime stat natin, they already had 17 assists. And I'm sure it's about, 20 assists now. And that just goes to show you yung fluidity ng offense ng Coca-Cola Tigers.
Alvarez hindi nahawakan yung bola at nag-out of bounds, turnover.
And that's the 7th turnover para sa Turbochargers sa quarter na ito alone.
In this quarter alone, and they had better put a stop to those if they have any chance of recovering from this game. Guinho had 2 3-point shots from that spot a while ago. Nice spin around move by Guinho. Rebound by Hatfield.
Rudy Hatfield now with 8 points and 7 rebounds.
Chris Jackson, naghahanap ng mga basahan. Tony De La Cruz with his favorite jump shot. No goal this time. Hatfield to Abarrientos, all the way.
Vintage Johnny Abarrientos. Parang sinayawan lang yung Turbochargers defense. And the biggest lead so far with 21 points, 84 to 63.
Not a good lead to allow your opponent to have when you're concluding the third quarter.
But that's a bad pass by Jamil
These
Watkins.
turnovers are killing the Turbochargers. Last stop by Ronald Tubid. The ball stays with the Coca-Cola Tigers.
Hindi wide open nung time na yun. Si Tony De La Cruz can intercept yung pasa ni Jamil Watkins. And pag naghahabol ka, you can't afford to keep turning the ball over.
No, as a matter of fact, you're supposed to play almost flawless basketball, lalo na kung ikaw yung naghahabol. Wainwright. Wainwright. School is open, baby.
Like you were saying earlier, street ball
He's
time.
a street baller, and that's one of those street ball skills. Jamil Watkins, off-balance shot, gets it to go.
Get it to him down low, stealing the guy, and it's for sure 2 points para dito kay Jamil Watkins.
Nathan to Hatfield. Abarrientos for a 3. Oh!
Hot Johnny Abarrientos.
And everything is coming up roses for the Tigers in this quarter.
9 points na itong si Johnny Abarrientos sa ating laro.
24-point lead, the biggest lead they've had. And si Bahar. And he's fouled on the way to the line.
Backing foul on number 21, Ronald Tubid. His second personal.
Hugnatan called for that foul.
Second personal para kay Reynald Hugnatan.
Renzi Bahar at the line for 2.
And Renzi Bahar, well, also interesting free throw percentage shooter. I call it interesting because it's not exactly terrible, but it's nothing to brag about either.
Warning on shot, Renzi Bahar for delaying the game.
delaying of the game para kay dito kay Renzi Bahar.
So it's a 24-point lead with 5 seconds left in the third quarter. He's missed both his free throws. I wonder what is going through Leo Austria's mind right now as he goes into the home stretch of this ball game.
Well, he wants to be able to try to shift the momentum. Alam natin na kanina yung momentum nandito na sa Shell Turbo Chargers pero binaliktad dito ng Coca-Cola Tigers because of their defense.